A kiss, one of the most natural things in the world. Or so it seems. We kiss to say hello, to say goodbye, to say I love you. We kiss babies, elders, friends, partners. The same gesture carries infinite meanings. Kissing feels as ancient and instinctive as anything humans do, like breathing, like smiling, like it must have always been this way. But here's the strange thing. Something we all assume is simply part of being human turns out to be a lot more complicated. Kissing is not universal. Not every culture on Earth kisses. Before contact with Western cultures, many peoples had never kissed and did not miss it. Not because they lacked love or affection, they simply expressed it differently. So where did kissing come from? Why do some of us do it? And why do others not? The answers are stranger and more fascinating than you would ever expect, because the origin of kissing touches on evolution, culture, chemistry, and what connects us as humans.
A landmark study in 2015 looked at kissing across cultures. It studied 168 cultures from around the world, from the Arctic to the tropics, from hunter-gatherers to industrialized societies, and it found that only 46% of them kissed romantically, less than half. The majority of the world's cultures had no romantic kissing tradition. More than half the world's cultures did not practice romantic kissing at all. In some cultures, kissing was seen as disgusting, an exchange of saliva, unhygienic. When European explorers first kissed in front of indigenous peoples, the reaction was often horror. To someone who has never seen a kiss, it looks like a genuinely strange and unpleasant thing. So kissing is not a universal human instinct. It is something else. It is a practice, a habit, a cultural invention that became global, something that emerged in some places and not others.
The oldest written evidence of romantic kissing comes from ancient India. Vedic texts from around 3,500 years ago describe kissing as an act of love. This is the oldest clear written description of a romantic kiss that we have found. The Kama Sutra dedicates an entire chapter to kissing, different types, different meanings. Ancient Egypt showed kissing in art. Ancient Mesopotamia mentioned it in texts. Kissing appears to have been common in the ancient Near East and spreading outward from there. Ancient Greece and Rome kissed passionately and in great variety, but many cultures in Africa, Australia, and the Americas had no kissing at all, until contact with kissing cultures from Europe and Asia. Kissing spread like a cultural idea, not like a biological instinct, like language or cooking or clothing, something humans invented and passed on. But wait, if kissing is cultural, why does it feel so natural, so right? Because even if romantic kissing is cultural, the mouth is deeply wired for intimate contact. Humans are social primates, and social primates use their mouths for bonding. The lips are one of the most sensitive areas of the human body. They are packed with nerve endings. A gentle touch on the lips carries enormous information. The area of the brain dedicated to the lips is disproportionately large. This is why a small touch on the lips feels so intense. The brain is paying close attention. Larger than the area for your back, your chest, your legs. This means lip contact gives us an extraordinary amount of sensory information. We can sense health, mood, chemistry, almost without thinking. A kiss is partly a subconscious biological assessment that runs beneath conscious awareness. Some scientists think kissing evolved from earlier intimate contact behaviors. One of the most likely origins of kissing is something called pre-mastication. Pre-mastication means pre-chewing, chewing food for someone else before passing it to them. Before there was baby food in jars, mothers fed infants by chewing food and passing it, mouth to mouth, lips to lips, a transfer of chewed, softened food directly to the baby. This is one of the oldest parental behaviors in the animal kingdom. Many animals do it. Birds do it. Some primates do it. Humans did it for hundreds of thousands of years. It is one of the most widespread parental feeding behaviors in the natural world. In some parts of the world, parents still do this today. It remains a common parenting practice in parts of Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. This intimate lip contact, associated with love, care, and nourishment, may have become kissing. The feeling of closeness and love that came with feeding became attached to lip contact itself. The most loving human act our ancestors knew was a mother feeding her child from her own lips, and from that act, something as simple and as profound as a kiss may have grown. Whatever its origin, kissing does real things to the human body. When you kiss, your brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. Dopamine is the pleasure chemical. Oxytocin is the bonding chemical. Serotonin lifts your mood. Your heart rate rises, your pupils dilate, your immune system gets a boost. Your body responds to a kiss like it responds to something genuinely important. A kiss literally bonds two people together at a biological level, not just emotionally, chemically, in the brain and body simultaneously. It also transfers information about health, about immunity, about genetic compatibility. Some researchers think kissing helps humans assess potential partners at a chemical level. Saliva contains hormones, immune markers, and genetic information. The lips are biological sensors. And a kiss is a biological scan, one of the most information-rich moments two humans can share. And here is the twist. We tend to think of kissing as something universal, timeless, hardwired into us, something that every human has always done and always will, a human instinct as old as love itself. Surely something so intimate must be built into us at the deepest level. But kissing is not universal. It is not an instinct. It is a practice that emerged in some cultures and spread to others, carried along trade routes, spread through conquest and contact, adopted and adapted. The lips are wired for intimate contact, but kissing is what some cultures invented to use them. The hardware is ancient, the software is human. Other cultures invented other ways to be intimate: nose rubbing, forehead touching, breath sharing, the Maori hongi, the Inuit kunik, the Arctic breath-sharing greeting. All of them expressing the same thing: connection, care, the desire to be close. Connection is the deepest human need, deeper than food, deeper than shelter. The need to be close is universal. How we express it is not. Every culture expresses intimacy differently, but every culture expresses it. Kissing is not what makes us human. The need for connection is. That need is as old as our species, and it will never go away. Subscribe. Every day we dig up one piece of the ancient human story.